boundaries, respecting your time, energy, and money. Things came up for me on this earlier in the week. Naya, we chatted on this as well. And yeah, I know okay. So when we're following our passion, doing what we love, doing the purpose that every cell in our body is designed to do, it's harder for us to have boundaries. That's what I truly believe. Zero doubt in my mind, because if we just had a business and we're just like, hey, we're just doing, that's how it's with SEO. I'm doing this to make money. Point blank. Of course, I'm going to deliver as much value as I can and make you very happy so you get 10x value. And I'm here to make money, And so I'm not going to be like on these calls, call you on the weekend, all these different things, just to sit around and chat, because it's like, that's the purpose of the business. But when I go into follow my passion, where I love doing it, it's like those boundaries become muddy. So I believe 100%, we need to have a higher level of skill with our boundary when we're following our passion, because it's what we love to do. It's what we're here to do. So taking a look at this as boundaries of where is the boundaries with our time, and treating it like a currency. It's like, we give dollars out. It's much easier to see the boundary with that. Time, maybe can be more fluid, at least for me. And so seeing it like a currency, and, I believe it's actually even more valuable than money, because we can always make more money, can't get more time. So what we'll go into today is any subconscious blocks that prevents us from recognizing where we need boundaries, number one. Number two, any resistance to saying those boundaries, people pleasing. And then number three, any resistance to how to communicate that in a respectful way. Because I know for me on my journey, I've gone the extremes where I couldn't say anything. I didn't want to ruffle feathers. I just gave. And as Naya and I were talking earlier today, I just found out that a lot of people will just take all eat buffet, and they're never full, and they're just take, and there's no switch in their brain that ever says, maybe this is a little unbalanced, maybe fair exchange. There's no fair exchange switch, I found, in most people's mind. Now, the few that have that, that's why I believe it's very, very, very special. And Naya and I talked about this too, is like a core value of each of ours, just independently, is generosity, leading with generosity. I think actually, Hannah, might be in your stack too. So that's why we're all here. One of the reasons. So in leading with generosity, so we're all going to be doing that regardless, right? That's just how we operate. But also noticing is there takers, is there people that don't have that fair exchange? So this is so important, especially when it comes to information programs, that we're putting our time and energy into it. And it's like, okay, if we don't have any boundaries, people can call us at every second of the day, text us every second of the day, and just take in. And point blank, then that doesn't allow us to take care of business that we need to do for our business, our team, our family. And also, it's not fair to the people that have paid for our expertise in whatever medium to just have a leaky bucket, where stuff goes in. So that's what we're going to go into today. And interesting, Hannah, yeah, you shared in the comment, epic. Boundaries has been a theme for you this week as well. So on point. It's in the air. It's in the air. Yeah, so before we go into the flow state experience, I'm just going to tune into I believe this is a superpower. It's a superpower as well to be able to communicate in a kind but firm way. Kind but firm way. And that is something that I lacked for many years, and I was stuck with it, because it was either like, I'm just going to be a doormat and just let everything happen, or I'm going to just fucking freak out one day and just bring the fire out. And that tends to burn the relationship. So being able to do it with respect. And that's the thing that for me, that's really been the key to unlock it, is respect. How do I have respect for them? I'm always thinking that, but now how do I have respect for me? And I was sharing with Naya too, it's so hard for me to even do that for myself that I had to disassociate from myself. And I had to say, all right, if this was a loved one, if this was my girlfriend, if this was my brother, this is my sister, this is my mom, this is my dad, and somebody was doing this to them, how would I react? Where would I draw the line? And a whole just directness came from that. So yeah, I'd say before we hop in here, yeah, Hannah, if you mind sharing, a brief share on how this resonated with you, because it sounds like it's theme of the week as well.
Yeah, so I have been working on boundaries exactly in the way that you're describing, and noticed, gosh, this journaling is just from the other day, the 20th, how there's this connection to repressed rage and squishy boundaries. And so like these are the two growth edges that I've really been working on, is understanding how rage has showed up in my life before, like parents, that kind of thing, the experiences that I've had that have like made me like, nope, I can't do that. It's dangerous. It hurts people. And the squishy boundaries where it's, like, yeah, people can just, I can overgive and they can overtake. And when I start to feel resentful, I'll just withdraw rather than being assertive and saying, hey, this doesn't feel good. Here's the boundary. I want you to know where my edge is so that we can stay in relationship. And so that felt, that exact piece of being assertive and being kind and directing, using it like a laser pointer rather than a flamethrower, is what, like that, like it didn't occur to me before that that could be a nuance. And that's it. That's the be kind but firm.
Right. Wow. Just feel it in my chest. Yeah, the laser rather than the flamethrower, and then the repressed rage equaling squishy boundaries. Whew.
It's all right. Right in my notebook. Reading my journal before this.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. And Naya, do you have a brief share on what resonated with you from this and what's coming up?
I like the repressed rage phrase, because I'm like, oh shit, that's exactly what I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when we catch ourselves, not having the boundaries that we need to have, like we're repressing our rage. That's exactly the emotion, and I'm just like, I mean, we're getting, pissed. That's exactly like I felt it this week.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, so yeah, kind and firm, kind and firm.
Mm-hmm.
And no, it's okay to say no.
Right. Yep. Shout out to one of my 3 key mentors throughout my journey, Joseph Severson. Very early on, told me there's always a kind way to speak the truth. There's always a kind way to speak the truth. And yeah, it's really with me. And I think how I modify it now is it's always a way to speak the truth with respect. And because I noticed for me, like even the kindness, I sometimes got a little tripped up on, but if it was like respect them, I don't need to put them down. It's just because I'm pissed or feeling stepped on doesn't mean I need to like dig at them or put them down. It'd still be respect for them and also respect for me.